you've got to watch which countries are good at getting on top of the virus. Really, the last 3 months have been an amazing eye-opener as to which governments can do it and which ones can't. So when we get a secondary outbreak in a country like China, we would expect them to get on top of it really fast. They've got all the personal protective equipment. They've got all of the ventilators. Their hospitals run well. Tracing runs well. So we'll get an outbreak. They'll get on top of it fast. Other countries, maybe the United States, are not that well organized to get on top of it. So the damage in the US market, I think, is more of a worry than it is in China. Remember, in China, in Korea, in Taiwan, in Singapore, in Hong Kong, everyone in East Asia expects more outbreaks, small ones, but they're ready to get on top of them really fast. The big worry is the United States.
Richard, it's Hadley out in Dubai. I just wanted to ask you, from one behemoth to another, speaking of India, how do you see it playing out across that country? Because at this point, one of the big stories we've been covering here in the UAE for the last several months is repatriation flights, and when folks will be able to see their families once again, going back not just to India but to Pakistan as well. There have been a lot of those so far. They expect that those corridors to reopen. That was a major transport hub for Emirates, for example. How do you see India at this point?
Hedley, you've put your finger on one of the most difficult questions I ran into last week. So last week, through Zoom and all of that, I was in about 16 conferences around Asia. And one of the trickiest questions was, what's happening with COVID-19 there? They have ended their lockdown and new cases of COVID-19 are accelerating. That's not a good story because it means COVID-19 could be endemic in India in the second half of this year. It means a big change in the way the Indian market operates. And if you count on flying in and out of India in the next 3 or 4 months in your business plan, that may not be likely because people just don't want to connect with countries where COVID-19 is moving up, let alone endemic. So we have a real problem with India at this moment.